Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 81 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I made a bunch of mining lasers just a moment ago. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, some bunch of mining lasers in there, a whole ton. And that is what I'm about to use to create my next contraption in the end. You know, just to show the Enderman, what's going on. Oh, it's dark out here. That's alright, we'll survive. Just running over in this direction for a minute to make sure everything's still, doing its thing. Oh good, yeah, look, mining laser, charging up. Perfect, what I wanted to see. So what we're going to do here is let these mining lasers charge. I'm going to build a couple deployers, and then I'll create this nice little arm that'll be able to attack the Enderman. My goal is that when it's fully retracted, it's inside the force field, but I can lower it down below the force field if I need to. Alright, so I'll be back in just a few minutes to get started working on that. Oh, would you look at that? Everything charged up just like it should have. Perfect. All right, so that's 4, and I think I have a... All right, I mean 8. That's 9. Good. 9 sounds like a good place to start. I need those deployers and some frame motors and some other stuff. I think I was just going to store them all in my blue pouch for now. Excellent. Alright, we are back in the end, and you may have noticed that I've relocated my bomb launcher to the back side of the spaceship. It really doesn't matter where it is, but basically I put it back here. It still works and everything, just kind of moved it back so you can see that everything works pretty fine. Everything opens up. I'm just going to assume it's going to work fine. We are now going to place the lasers on the front because these guys, they do have a range to them, right? So it would be kind of silly to have the lasers like halfway back in the ship. We want to make sure they can go as far as possible. So let's start working on that right now. We're going to need a couple of motors here. You can see I've got them ready. Let's just put it like this. I'm going to put one along these lines. Let's see. Maybe I want to put this here. And here we'll place these guys, okay? Now we want the arrows to be facing this way. There we go. And we'll have probably a cover here. This way, if the frames that come from this come all the way up, right, like they're touching here, like that, it shouldn't be a problem moving them. And let's see if I'm right about that. Now, we might want to do something along these lines here, because we're going to want definitely some kind of wireless receiver here. And we'll call this frequency 28, laser down. Cool. See? If we didn't have that cover there, these things wouldn't, move nicely like that. Okay. Now, here we're going to want frequency 29. Okay. So let's see. What's a good way to get this to do what we want it to do, but at the same time behave itself? Because I need to make sure it moves with the whole frame platform, right? Like the whole thing needs to move forward and backward. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, I think this should work for us. Let's see, if I bring this thing over here, like that, that'll keep it attached to the whole frame so everything moves with it. And we could probably even, if we really wanted to be fancy, something along these lines. So we don't even need this one, I don't think. No, we don't need this one. There we go. So that frame will keep this thing attached to the ship, where this thing is attached directly above. See, it's attached there. So now both frame motors are attached. They should move along when everything moves with it. And this guy facing upwards, he's getting power because these guys are both connected to the wire here. And then we can do a cover. 27. Laser down becomes laser up. Cool. See how that works? Nice. Now eventually it's going to get up to the top there, so let's set this guy up. Let's see. What I'm thinking here is we probably could just have this set up like so. And then deployers. We want to make sure that they're facing the correct direction. Excellent. And then into that goes the lasers. And I wanted to go with, I believe I'm going with long-range lasers, right? That's what I said was cool. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just to get started. And then we're going to have to calibrate these. So change these guys to long-range and then place them in the deployer. All right, long-range. And then into the deployer. And I'll be back when that's done. And that about does it. Everything's got a long-range mining laser inside. Now, I don't have anything to automatically recharge these yet. Debating if I really want to do that. It shouldn't be too complicated to do, but we'll see if we want to do it. What I should also probably do is make sure I've got a cover here, just in case this thing ever touches this one. Though if this is at the max height, it shouldn't. So that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape here with this. So let's see. Next thing we'll want is probably this. Okay, we can set this guy to 26, right? Fire lasers. Cool. I'm getting a little excited about this. This is going to be cool. All right, so let's see. What do you think, guys? I think we've got a winner here. Could probably even throw 2 more on if I really wanted to, but let's see what happens. So in order for this to work, we're going to want to shut down our force field for a moment. So I'm going to do that now, okay? But check this out, right? If I get out this guy, and we go laser down, this whole thing should move. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Laser up, please. Oh, they're sneaking in. Alright, lasers back up. I need to move the other stuff with it. That shouldn't be too bad to do. Let's get that fixed. So in order to do this, it's going to be pretty easy. Forgot that these guys were not on frames, but we need them to be. But here's the thing, right? We want to be super careful about this. So let's get ourselves just another one of these dudes. Looks like somebody snuck into my little force field here, and they're getting beaten up. Okay, so we're going to need covers, specifically because we're going to place a frame here, but guess what this frame is touching? That's right, it's touching this red wire. This red wire is occupying the block right here. This is why I can't put cobblestone, so we want to make sure that we cover this with a nice little cover there so that the frame here doesn't grab onto the red wire and pull it down. Okay, so we'll do that straight across. Alright, so the only thing touching there has a cover on it. We're covered all the way across there. And then our frames, of course, are taking care of this. That looks cool. Alright, now will everything move down without a problem? Let's see. Laser. See you, buddy. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Alright, cool. Now, the only other thing is I'm probably going to need some way to deploy more frames here. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. I can set this up, but we're definitely going to want to be able to do it. So that's what we're going to need to automate next. Okay, so let's pick up all our red alloy wire that fell down here. But the cool thing about this is, check this out, right? Now that it's down below the force field line, we should be able to continue moving it down and up without having to retract it back in. So check this out, right? Oh yeah, make a liar out of me, why don't you? Alright, what's in the way here? Oh, I know why. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it's trying to move the force field blocks with it. That's what's happening here. Oh yeah, look, I missed a cover. See what happened when I missed a cover? We lost a red wire. Fix that. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Let me get this working. Alright, let's see if this does it. Alright, can this thing move down now? No, it's still stuck. Oh, I bet it's this back piece here. Just curious if this is the case, because that would mean that we can't really move it up and down while it's inside. I think the force field's getting caught, and we would need more covers, which would probably not be doable. But let's see. Yeah, see? It moves down, but then it won't move it down again because there's no covers there. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. So just again, guys, it's a good idea to test being able to move your frames every time you add on to them. So I've added a bunch of stuff here, obviously the whole laser design thing. Have I tried firing the lasers yet? Probably not. Let's see what they look like when they fire. We can fire them up from up here. I think it was, there we go. Oh man, that's cool. Oh, these Endermen, they have no idea what they're in for. All right, let's get this thing moving up and down properly. So we're gonna need probably, all right, let me get a movement piece going. I'm gonna need a block breaker and a deployer, just one more of each. So I'll be back in a minute once I've gotten them. All right, I think I've come up with a plan. Let's see. I've got the block breaker and deployer. I want to break the block from the top, and the deployer is going to sit right here. And you can see I've already placed a little blocker there to prevent the redstone signal on like the moving position to interfere with it. So that's what we've got, right? So no redstone signal touching that thing because we've got the cover strip. Okay. Now to activate this guy, I'm going to use just because we're trying to keep things in a nice compact space. You know, we want to have as little wiring as possible. I'm going to have another wireless receiver here, and we're going to rotate this guy up, and the downward motion, right, laser down, is 28. So we're going to make this guy 28. Perfect. All right, now up here, I'm thinking I can remove this frame without causing too much of a ruckus. Let's do this. And this guy can be 27. Laser up. Cool. So when the laser moves up, it's also going to block break, all in one shot. Cool. Now we want to also collect the frames that are being picked up. So let's put a couple frames in here. I don't know, like 16 should be enough. I don't see it deploying much further than 16. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3 of these guys and combine them with frames to get the tube frames. These are pneumatic tubes inside of frames. Awesome, right? And I can just run this like so, such that when the block breaker picks up a piece of frame, it's going to eject it out here. It should not be connecting over here, right? Yes. Pneumatic tubes won't connect to the side of a block breaker, so we're in good shape there. And then it'll come down and deposit it inside the deployer. You ready? So let's see what happens. Hopefully I got this all set up right and everything will still behave itself, but we're going to find out in a moment here. If we really wanted to be fancy, maybe we'll just do this to cover up the fact that there's a thing there. All right, so you turn off. Okay, so here goes nothing. All right, laser down. Cool. Oh, this thing. Gotcha. Oh, that's a nuisance. Too close. Oh, it's so compact, it's insane. Can I fit it on this back side of this thing? The deployer here? No, because there's a blue trick cable there that seems pretty important, isn't it? In a word, yes, important. I mean, this was perfect until, that's a nuisance. Ah, I'm so close. So watch what happens. Right? That's what's happening. So let's see if I can find a way around that. We're basically looking to do, I mean, Alright, just a minute. While I'm finding a solution to that, let's see about laser up. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is nice, dude. That worked perfectly. And you can see the frame in there. Look, it's coming through the pneumatic tube. Yeah. Okay, good. So we're in good shape there. So that's working. Moving up is good. Moving down, ooh, unnamed, huh? Nice. Let's see, this is just crazy enough to work. So we're going to want laser down. Let's see, will this work? Cross your fingers. So close. I didn't want you to come down with it. So close. And I'm imagining that a ruby cover strip would get dragged along too, wouldn't it? Yep. Don't want that to happen either. Alright, this might just be crazy enough to work. Because what should happen now is because there's a repeater here, it's not going to actually push the frame forward when this thing hits the signal. It's just going to activate this frame motor, and there's nothing on it, so it's no big deal. Cool. I like it. It's not perfectly fluid because there's no delay, but now we're talking. Yeah, now we're really talking. And I think I temporarily removed this piece. Let's put it back on. That is cool. The Endermen are freaking out. They're like, what's going on here? Ah! Wow. That is way more fun than I thought it would be. That is epic. Ender Rage. So cool. Yeah, we're making a mess out of the end blocks, but that's okay. It's totally worth it. Alright, now how about going up? This should work. Yeah, that's cool. I have to figure out what's causing this thing to make unnamed items show up in there, but we'll figure it out. I think it's just a little bit of a timing issue. I might have to tweak and change. But otherwise, we're doing pretty good here. Let's make sure what happens when this thing gets all the way up. Alright, cool. That's all the way up. Perfect! And just for the record, the UFO still moves. See? Beautiful. Alright, now for the final weapon of choice, water. Yep, that's right. We're going to do our best to put some heat, I guess some cold, some damp, I don't know, something on these guys to make them unhappy. And that is in the way of pipes. Pipes are from Red Power 2. You can see we're using brass for them. And if we were to get ourselves a little bit of iron here, okay, we could also get ourselves a grate, which is going to be pretty important for what we want to build here. So we've got a grate, we've got the piping, and then the final piece of the puzzle here, we're probably going to want, let's see, yeah, we're definitely going to want a pump. That guy's not too bad to make. What do we got here? All right, blue electric motor and a blue alloy. Okay, that's not too bad. Blue electric motor, I happen to have one of them, and a blue alloy ingot. I think I've got some of them going on. Okay, I think I reversed these though, yeah. Okay. And then just, what was it, something like that. All right. And then pipes. Hey, nice. There we go. Got a pump going. Perfect. All right, put all this stuff back. So how do pumps work? Pumps are pretty awesome. I need my screwdriver. I need a battery box, which I think I have one laying around in here. Yeah, I do. It's even got a little bit of battery juice in it. Excellent. Let's get an extra one or two of these. We're going to need them. Charge them up. There we go. So pumps can transfer liquids, just like you know, a lot of the other cool stuff that Buildcraft and Thermal Expansion give us, and a bunch of other cool things. But we can actually deposit the liquid in the world if we want using Red Power 2 pumps, and that's what we're going to do here. And I think a good idea here might be to get ourselves an ender tank. Yes, ender tank to transport liquid from one point to another. So how do we make one of these again? All right, we're just going to need a cauldron, some obsidian, ender pearl, and okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Cauldron. There we go. Let's just get 4 of these guys. It can't hurt, right? We've got the ingredients. Blaze rods, ender pearls, and wool, and obsidian. White should work. Excellent. And do I by chance have in here? No, I don't. Alright, I might want to make an aqueous accumulator real quick, but maybe I don't even need to because I've got one right here, right? So let's just put down a white ender tank. Now the cool thing about ender tanks is let's take a look here, right? So all you gotta do is they act like ender chests for liquid. So, you know, hook one up to some kind of water supply like that, and boom, they'll start filling. They even fill and render in the player's hands. Look at the ender tank in my hand there. It's rendering the liquid inside. How neat is that, huh? Looks awesome. And we can use this guy to transport liquids from point A to point B. Now I'd like to get myself, actually, there's something else I want to get here. We're gonna grab ourselves a little bit of rose red. Put this button away. I don't think we need him. Good. So let's see. How's this going to work for us? Well, I'm going to demonstrate it here in the overworld real quick. I'm going to have my ender tank set up. There we go. It's full of water because it's on the same frequency. We're going to place down a battery and some pipes here. And basically, when you place down your pump, you want to rotate it such that the arrow is pointing in the direction that you want the water to go, I think. We'll see if I'm right about that in a moment. Here goes nothing, all right? So all we got to do to activate this guy is make sure the grate is hooked up and rotate it such that it's connected. Perfect. Then a lever to activate the pump, and we'll start pumping water just like this, and make a giant mess. Haha, how cool is that, right? Now what we can also do, check this out, is we can rotate this guy. And we can pull water out, like so. And it'll pull water source blocks away and back into the tank. However, got a little bit of a problem here. We've got an aqueous accumulator set up, and it's going to refill this tank real quick. So this thing isn't going to drain too well out. You can see there's still water in the pipes. That's not what we want to see. So instead, I'm going to hook up another one of these dudes. And we can probably get ourselves, change the color, just make it red, white, white. Perfect. Okay. And all the water is going to get pumped into that system. Beautiful. So you can see the water draining out, and it's filling up the red, white, white. Now what I'm going to do is break this, because we don't need these guys here anymore. We can get the redstone signal off. I'll clean the stuff up in a minute when it's daytime. But what I want to have this thing do is get rid of all the water that goes into the red, white, white one. And the perfect use for that will be void pipes. Okay, but there's actually not just item voids, there's also liquid voids. We just need some pipe waterproofing. Shouldn't be too bad. So let's put this away, and we'll get some, I don't think we have any pipe waterproofing hanging out, do we? Oh yeah, we do. Look at that. Perfect. So we just get the void pipe that we've got, add pipe waterproofing, and we can even set this up down in the basement. Why not? I'll put it right here for now. So we're going to change this to be the red, white, white. So you can see there it's only partially filled. We're going to pipe the pipe waterproofing on. There's actually a little like indicator on the front of these things. You can right click it and it'll change from you know, automatically accept to automatically eject liquid. So if I swip this guy, it's automatically ejecting the liquid into the adjacent void waterproof pipe. So it's avoided the pipe. How cool is that? And look, there's a little bit of the ender void in there. Nice. So really nifty devices here. We're going to leave this set up like this. This way, what's going to happen is we're going to be able to deploy a bunch of water and hopefully be able to suck it back up. Now, sucking it back up is a little bit trickier, especially with the way Minecraft works, infinite water sources and all that. It might get to a position where it's deployed enough water that it's created an infinite water source, and no amount of sucking it back up is really going to help. But we'll deal with that a little bit. Don't worry. So for now, we've got a way to automatically supply the water and automatically get rid of it. Perfect. And we're going to go build this little construction that I made in the end. Let me go clean up what I've made outside here. And there's a lot of creepers, aren't there? Away! Okay, that was not the one I was thinking it was. I wanted this one. Beautiful. Taking these guys out. Just gotta charge it fully. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. So what I'm thinking to do, guys, is the following. I'm gonna have the ender tanks ready to go right here. Alright, maybe like one on one side and one on the other. And we'll put this piping here in between. That should do. Okay. Now, where do we want to deploy to? That's the real question. I'm thinking maybe something along these guys. We're going to have to see. Give me just a minute. So what my plan is, and this is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, but it should work. Can I rotate this guy? Oh, that might be harder than I thought then. Alright, that's actually not too bad, though. I think I can manage. I could probably do this, and then this, and then the water is going to go in that direction. Cool, right? So that all should work still, and in fact, we should be able to still move our UFO. So let's test that before we add much more to it. UFO forward. What'd I break? Probably this block right here is my problem. Yep, this corner piece and then also this corner piece were kind of my problem here. Now, there's only one other problem. Minecraft crashes whenever you move a frame that has an ender tank on it. It moves, it just crashes, which is really not fun. So recommend removing your ender tanks before that. That's a bug that I'll have to report to the guys. But for now, let's set up this. Oh boy, you guys are really just getting loud and annoying, aren't you? I think they ignored the sound volume. Jeez. Alright, so let's see. If I were to set this guy up like so, first off, are we still within the realm of the force field? That's what I'm thinking. Secondly, let's put the grate here and let's see how it looks. There we go. Cool. So force field, let's get that guy going, because we can't move this thing anyway while the tank's going to be hooked up. Alright, we'll put the ender tank here and the other one here. That'll look nice. Perfect. Power on. Alright. Force field's up. So this thing is well within the force field range. We could probably even move it down one more block further if we wanted to, which I do. No, not there. There. Of course, we'll need another frame there to support that, but no big deal. Beautiful, right? All right, now we don't want to activate this thing, of course, inside the force field. That would probably be bad. But what we do want to do is turn off the force field and then get a redstone signal supplied to this block. How are we going to do that? Oh boy. Probably right here. This will do, and I've got an extra receiver ready. So let's call this 25. Set name. Cool. All right, so this thing should be going there. That should all work out pretty well. We want to make sure that we have enough power. I thought I had you guys hooked up to power. Why are you not connecting? Interesting. Maybe you have to connect to the base instead of the... Just to test this. Borrow you for a second. Wow, you really don't want to connect, do you? Let's see if I can't figure this out. Alright, well I think a good solution here is to remove this piece of cabling and plant just a full-blown battery box next to it. That'll do. So the battery box, of course, supplying power to both the frame there and the pump. Now that's working. And the good news, of course, is that this battery box, while it won't balance out the surplus of power, it will make sure that there's plenty of power supplied. So that should work, I think, hopefully. Throw a little bit of extra juice in there just to make sure. Cool. Now we should be in good shape. So we've got the pump ready to go. I'm going to hook back up my frequency 25 here. By the way, it did connect the wire on the bottom there. Water assault ready to roll. All right, so we're good to go with this thing. Now there's two more little components I want to get. I'll be right back in just a moment. Making myself 4 advanced alloys and a bucket. This is a mighty important upgrade for my MFFS modules, the sponge upgrade. So what I want to do is make sure that when I activate this water thing, we don't have any excess water hanging out nearby. So we can activate in here the sponge upgrade and maybe even bump up the distance a little bit when we need to. But we'll hang on to that for just a minute. What I want to do is the force field is off, so let's see how well this works. Frequency number 25, please. Set. The water assault is ready to go. Just holding it should activate the pump. So again, we want to hold it and then, oh yeah. What's up, Enderman? How's it going? Now what that's going to do is it's actually going to supply water source box all the way down. And then once it gets to the bottom there, it should start expanding all around the base. So we should be in pretty good shape here. I'm keeping it held for a bit, and unfortunately it looks like we're getting pretty close, if not probably past by this point, the wrapping up point for the episode. But not to worry, we'll be back next episode. I think we're pretty much wrapping up on the UFO assault weapon. So we've got, what do we got in here? We've got a TNT dropper that can launch TNT pretty much anywhere. We'll eventually get that working with nukes, maybe, we'll see. We've got a laser assault in the front. It can fire 9 lasers directly straight forward with an up and down moving arm, and now we've got the water assault piece. Awesome. I love it. So let's see here. Can I move this guy to the right just a little bit? Oh yeah, probably not with the force field and everything on it. Oh well, no biggie. Let's actually just test this thing doing what I want it to do. So what I'm going to activate now is probably just throw in there. We've got the projector, so let's just do this. Boom. That should clip any water. So see, it did place another water source block underneath. Now, if we were to bump this guy up a little bit, say like this, there we go. So see how it's clipping the water down here? I got rid of it all, but there was definitely some source blocks on the bottom there. So we just happen to be in a weird position. I'll move this thing over a little bit, and then we'll start really getting some good stuff going on with this water assault thing. But for now, gotta wrap up the episode. So Direwolf20 signing off on episode 81. Like I said, pretty much wrapping up towards the end of this thing. We'll probably do a little bit more with it. I would probably like to have nukes. So maybe we'll start working on a breeder reactor in a nearby episode and start building ourselves some nuclear bombs. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, take it easy!